Hello, welcome to the Twilight Archives, a twice-rolled Tales production. If you're watching this and you haven't seen the things we've done before, you really should go check out the other episodes available on our YouTube channel. This will surely be thrilling, but it may not make a ton of sense. I am Linnie Schell, they, them. I am your game master for the evening. I will now introduce my lovely players, starting with you.
Hi, I'm Will. I'm playing Jeremy. My pronouns are he, him.
Hi, I'm Emily, playing Jude Everly, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, I'm Shawn, he, him. I'm playing Dr. Samuel Trefall.
And I'm Phoebe, she, her, playing Maddie Fletcher.
Incredible. As we last left our characters, after a thrilling fight in the Hall of Records to break the second seal of 3, they were swept away by the deluge of water to parts unknown. Maddie and Jeremy were able to hold on to each other and were swept off together. Jude jumped down and grabbed a hold of Cassandra Beaumont, the erstwhile rogue wizard responsible for breaking the seal and freeing the Twilight Archives from the iron grip of Bellamere Jackson, a wizard who perhaps did not deserve his position as head of the order, who is now attached via tie to Samuel Trefall, also swirling down the river. I'm gonna need everyone here to roll a dexterity check for me.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a pass. New dice working.
No, what did you guys get?
That's a fail. 38.
38?
30.
30?
83.
74.
Okay, so
Jeremy drowns.
You have great decks coming in at 30.
We're doing that kid thing where we keep trying to use each other as a flotation device.
so now we know what
My turn to breathe!
So now we know what order we're gonna go in. Give you these. So you hold on to Bellamere's tie and swirl round and round in the water, and it is a sensation of swirling round an ever-decreasing in diameter whirlpool as you're being sucked down into a water spout.
I'm assuming we can't, chat right now.
You could try, you can hear sound underwater. If you're trying to communicate simple phrases, that's possible, but, chatting might be hard.
Yeah, I'll wait until we're out of the toilet bowl.
Right. So, you are drawn down as through a well until you reach the bottom, and instead of reaching ground, you are spat out upon a very familiar gray stone corridor, the one that you encountered first upon entrance to the Twilight Archives. Bellamere spat out beside you, Bellamere soaking wet, you're actually inexplicably dry. However,
Oh my god. Whoa, under the white paper there was another white paper.
Shawn, what is the name of this chapter?
Oh! I don't know, I haven't played it yet. And it's me.
It's you and Bellamere down the same hallway. Give me a sense vestigia or a magic roll.
It's a pass.
That's a pass. You do not feel that same sensation of eyes watching you. You think that you are free to walk down this passageway as long as you possibly want to.
Wait, can I get a model from the first one? Where was the aesthetic?
Oh, you can go anywhere.
Okay, yeah, that's... this is not gonna... We're gonna lose all of it. I'm moving
Okay.
cameras.
We're getting, oh my god. Never done
an
before.
hour frame.
Oh my god.
Depending on what orientation these ended up in, I don't know which direction I actually moved. Never have I been more nervous about misspelling a word. Not actually, there aren't that many curveballs in Awakened. But I got to the second E and I was like,
All right. So you're in Bellamir is in a sputtering heat beside you. He goes, shit! Well, this is your fault. This is if you had just stayed out of it, none of this would be happening.
The sigils were your idea.
What sigils?
The sigils, 2 of the 3 of which are now broken.
Yes, yeah, of course they were. Do you think I enjoy being dumped in the middle of random fucking hallways? Absolutely not. Ow. Give me an observation.
Ooh, 9. That passes.
9. You see that he has, whereas before he had 3 golden bands, he now has 1 golden band with 2 black marks on his hand. Yep. See, this is what I mean. Random hallways handing out magical marks are just not an efficient way of measuring who gets into places.
You destroyed knowledge of your own accord. Tell me about the 3rd sigil.
What about the 3rd sigil?
Why did you design it? Where does it reside?
Why would I possibly tell you that information?
Because we're both gonna go there.
Give me either read person or observation.
I make a read person.
Yeah, so you can tell
I make a hard read person.
Hard read person? Yeah, you can tell he's nervous. He is bluffing. He's kind of blustering from a position of like, you feel like you actually have the power here. And looking around, you realize it's because this is your hallway. That it is your choice to keep going, just as it is your choice to turn back, or your choice to attempt to go to a different location. That he does not actually have the power to control the library. This is outside of the order, and you can see he's actually making sure to keep close to you, as if like he doesn't want to actually get too far away from you and risk like slipping outside of your sphere of influence.
Sure. Bellamir, we have a common goal. You've been here longer than me. We both want to get to the 3rd sigil. You can help me, or we can part ways and be left to our own devices here. Judging by your affect and the black marks on your hand, I suspect you're disinclined to the latter.
You can't, there's nowhere to leave me. I'm just gonna follow you.
Do you know how to get to the 3rd sigil?
I mean, I don't know how to get there. This is your hallway. You need to decide how to get there. This is not...
That helps.
I can't do
You're
shit
being
here.
helpful. Thanks. I'm gonna take a look around. It looks exactly the way.
It looks exactly the way.
Before.
Yeah. You've been around at least enough to get a sense of what's going on, and that the library doesn't really lie.
Yeah.
It just shows you different things according to what you believe to be true.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You think you can, if you want to search down this deep knowledge of the world, the library will let you walk until you die of starvation.
Sure.
If you want to do that. If you don't, you just have to decide you don't want to do that.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna walk back out to this hallway if I can with the infinite doors.
Yeah. Absolutely.
6 doors down.
Yeah, so you get to the door, and you can hear as you leave that whisper of the deep places of the world, the deep knowledge that lessen in quiet as you walk away, and the door swings open for you.
Is this back into like what I used to think of as the real world?
No, this is definitely still the infinite hallway, unless you're trying to leave.
No, I'm intentionally trying to get to the infinite hallway. Cool.
We open up into the infinite hallway.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the infinite hallway. I'm gonna close my eyes and think for a second and ruminate first on the way earlier when the archive had a will that I go somewhere. It didn't actually matter which door I chose. The archive was gonna get me to the place that I needed to be. And I'll think of how I could go 6 up and then to the left, or I could go immediately. But it really was all a predefined conclusion based on what I now believe is the decisions that needed to happen to me anyway. And I'll ruminate on the path I've now chosen for myself, which is aligned with Cassandra's goal and this 3rd sigil. And I'm just going to start walking down the hallway and kind of letting the archive decide when I should stop and which direction I should turn.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so you...
And if there's any way to use magic points for that, I'm trying to evoke the same style of start with where I'm at, what I learned in the cavern. Of start with where I'm at, abstract into my experiences, and then abstract into the rules of the world, and then abstract into letting the archive kind of lead me.
Yeah, so you close your eyes, and the only goal you have in your moment to just get back to that third sigil, to get back and continue Cassandra's plan. Yeah, you think a little bit about all of these things and how do you feel about the difference between where you were when you first stepped in this hallway and where you are now? Does Samuel think about that at all, or is he just blind faith moving forward?
Yeah, there's definitely a shift in agency between the universe exists. The Samuel that was in this room in Act 1 had a sense that the universe existed as it was, and that it was up to me to act upon it in the right words and extract the right nuggets from it in order to act upon it correctly. And at least within this version of the universe, it seems like the universe has at least as much agency as Samuel does, and I can determine how much to align myself with that or how much to resist. And there seems to be more of a negotiation therein, where the more I can attune myself with the pull that the archive has anyway, I can follow that to an extent, or I can decide to bridge against it as much as I want.
Sure.
But this is certainly more allowing an influence other than my own logic than Samuel usually goes about.
So like, I know I want to get to the sigil, and I'm just gonna let that happen to me however it happens to me.
Yes, and I'm gonna use the fact that I don't actually know the layout as a bug rather as a feature rather than a bug.
Yeah, you close your eyes. You can hear Bellamere go, all right, this is gonna fucking suck. Okay, all right, and he grabs onto your shoulder behind you, and you take a step forward. You take another step forward, and your foot hits air and then water, and as if you walked off the edge of a diving board. And instead of plummeting through air, you immediately find yourself surrounded by water, and you reach out your hand and you catch a stone ledge and begin to pull yourself up. And we will now move to the next person in dexterity order, who was...
I think it was me.
It was
38.
you, 38. What's the title of this chapter, Emily?
Thank you for the time to let me brainstorm one.
It's definitely not exact what I've been doing this entire time.
All right. You find yourself tumbling head over heels in this water, holding on desperately to Cassandra's staff, until you feel the water beneath you become shallower, you feel your feet drag on the bottom, and you are spat up on the banks of a very familiar island peninsula. You can see Cassandra's like, oh, shit. What did you do to piss off Archive? Did you... Oh.
I'm sorry. What did I do?
Yeah, usually it's not that rough.
Sorry, I'm not the one who destroyed something and unleashed a torrent of water that washed us down back here. What did you do?
Water was my fault, but normally you can kind of coast on it, get a bit of a surf going. But yeah,
You've done this before.
Yeah, it's, it's the river that goes throughout all of Twilight Archives. The flow of information. They've heard of the free flow of information.
Yes, I know this, but you've unleashed this before.
Well, so normally, an evil wizard doesn't put it behind a dam for 5 years. Normally, it's just kind of like a gentle river that goes along. If you want some rapids, you can go to the rapids, not, have the rapids come to you. So I'm sorry about that. But even so, did you... She sees the black mark in your hand. She's like, oh, you touched the thing. You maybe don't burn shit when it's magical. I'm just saying, it's done. Look, no one's saying you can't apologize to the archive. Everyone's done that before.
Apologize to the archive?
Yeah, you burned its shit. Also, you can apologize to all of humanity for the knowledge they just lost, but, that's not my...
I prefer to do that than apologize to the insubstantial. Anyway.
Wait, so you're saying all of the humanity who's come before and after you is not insubstantial kind of concept?
No, that's substantial.
All right, no, sure.
Yeah. Anyway, look, I messed up. I know I did, but I didn't imagine that would happen. I was just trying to right myself back in the way that I thought was right.
I'm not gonna say ignorance of the law is no excuse, but feels a little like destruction of other people's property. But also, shit happens. Shit happens, Like, it took me a while to get back into the good graces of the library once I burned down all of Tolkien. That's true. I was being reckless. I was for a good cause, but I was being reckless. So, sorry. So do you know anything about where we here are stuck? Because this is all you.
Yeah.
I've done my time, so this is sort of your thing to sort out. I'm here with you if you want me, but like...
Yeah, this is,
you see a boat with a pale figure draped in white, with a barge pole, like a ferryman, kind of pull up to the dock.
Ooh, okay.
Now, like, you can get out if you want, but if you want to go forward, through is the only way out. It is the only way forward.
Yeah, I understand. There are a lot of forces working here that I can't explain, and I've been racking my brain trying to find an explanation for them in what I've been taught, and I keep praying, and I just don't know what to make of this, but it's somewhere above my understanding, and yeah, the only way to understand is to keep going, I guess.
Like I say, the price of knowing is knowing. But that's probably what drew you here in the first place.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a little too late to live in ignorance.
So yeah, too late for ignorance, but I don't think it's ever too late.
Yeah, you're right. Cool. Let's go to investigate the ferry.
You walk over, go to the jetty. Cassandra says, all right, in this scenario that you all have constructed, I think we're gonna need a boat to get out of here. Just remember, there are more than one way to skin a cat. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that would be my guess here. You have more power in this than you might think. But good luck. I'll be here. Come back with the boat, or not. But if you don't come back with the boat, I'm kind of stuck here for some indeterminate amount of time. So that would be nice if you could bring
You can't,
back.
teleport through here?
No, I'm stuck in your I came to you the first time. Now you had brought me here. It's sort of like a,
This
how
is my gator.
Yeah, exactly. This is your gator.
Okay.
Sort of like you can jump into a well, but you can't get back out of it.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to trap you.
No, it's not. Well, it is your fault, but it's not your doing.
Yeah, I'll make it up to you. I promise. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay. You'll be back. She just sort of sits off with her staff, looking majestic, if completely singed from the Battle of the Wizards.
What an icon.
So you walk up to the jetty, and as you walk up, the mists of the lake begin to clear, and in the distance you can see an isle with old stone ruins. Can you pop that off for me? It's an isle with old stone ruins. And it's clearly some sort of religious order. You're not sure of whom, but it looks old, ancient. And as you walk up to the boat, the ferry kind of makes contact with the jetty, and the figure is robed, cloaked in a hood. You cannot see their face, and they hold out their hand, and it has the same motion as a corpse uncurling from rigor mortis. They say there is a toll that must be paid.
Jude searches in their pockets and, pulls out their 4 sobriety coins.
Give me a religion check.
It's a cult, yeah.
In the rules of
29. We make
29.
that a hard version, actually.
You think back to the fact of a lot of burial traditions where even as they moved away from more pagan traditions, there was still a tradition of burying corpses with 2 coins over their eyes, partially so their eyes would remain closed, but also so that they, in the direst of circumstances, would have money to pay the toll man across for the final journey. This will get you across if you pay this, for sure.
Yeah, they can kind of consider the coins and think about how close they are to their 5-year one, and look across the aisle and just know that, yeah, there's no going back. They take 2 coins, hand them over. Say, I worked hard for this, buddy. I hope this will be the answers I'm looking for.
Doesn't say anything, just gestures for the boat.
Incredible. Yeah, do Clinton.
You are ferried across this river in a silence as still and as cool as the grave, as a cemetery on an early morning before the sun has risen. There's a slight chill in the air as you pull up to the second dock, and the ferryman just waits there. And you can see there's a large, kind of a larger structure, which is kind of an abbey, and then a smaller dormitories, as well as an outdoor seating area, a small graveyard. Can't exactly tell who, but there's someone in the seating area.
Jude will turn back to the ferryman and say, "Thanks for the ride. Hope to see you again."
In the next life.
Yeah, definitely not now. Cool. And they'll climb out and
Climb out.
kind of tentatively walk over to the seating area.
Yeah, you walk over, and what is Jude hoping to find here?
I think they're hoping to find just some clarity on how their religion kind of fits into this whole place, or what kind of forces are moving the archive, and how they fit into it all.
Yeah. So you can. It seems like you're approaching from kind of the back of this figure, and they're facing away from you. And as you get closer, it's almost like the mist around the aisle is still kind of wreathing this figure. And they say, "Oh, hello.
Hey, hi there.
Hi. Sorry, this might be a bit much. Do you want something? What do you want? Something a little different? I can do different. Do you want? Can do Old Testament? I got some real scary burning bush stuff. Can blow something up. Oh, something a little. Yep.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah, sure. Let's try this one. It's a whirl. And you're looking at the face of your sponsor, Michael, who's sitting there.
That's better.
Is this better? I mean, it's not me. You understand? I'm borrowing this. I mean, it's like a little bit me, right? But just borrowing.
Okay.
You come here seeking questions. I can answer them. How's that sound? Is that good? I really haven't spoken to anyone as God in years. No one comes here.
Uh-huh.
I can be impressive. What do you want? What are you looking for? Some thunder? Can't do thunder.
No, I
do some thunder. I can be great and all powerful.
I know you can.
The entire island
I'm
shakes.
sorry.
Oh, sorry. Okay, too much. Right, back. Bring it back. Bring it in. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. In.
Okay.
What do you want?
I guess I wasn't sure I was actually going to see you. If you were real, I was hoping you were. I was really hoping you were. But you're here.
I am
You're
here.
real? Are you part of this?
Yes.
Or are you separate from it?
No, I'm okay. Here, come on. Sit down with me. So people have I mean, I can tell, but I'm just going through this because it freaks people out when I pull info from their brains. So you understand this is the Twilight Archives. This is
Yeah. Cassandra went through that. Do you know Cassandra?
Yes, of course. I mean, she's lovely.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about her at first, but I think
she's
she
never
may be onto
visited me,
something.
but sometimes I think she sails by the island just to yell at me from a distance. Can't be sure, but I think. She wants to get her word in, you know?
Yeah.
No, sorry. So, I am God. Sure. I'll cop to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I am God here in the Twilight Archives. And you know anything of the Twilight Archives is of the Twilight Archives.
Right.
So I am your God, not the God.
Right.
I don't want to lie to you. I just want to give you what you want.
No, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know why I was expecting anything different. Wow, okay. I like this face you've adopted. It's nice.
It's a good face. He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
You're doing so great. You're doing so great. I mean, you're kind of messing it up, but you're so messy and wonderful.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm freaking out about this because
Deep breaths.
honestly, like I feel like I'm screwing everything up. Like I'm
You
trying.
kind of are, yeah.
I'm trying my best to
Definitely
serve
are.
you and be a good steward of you and just to be, good in the world. And I messed something up. I washed away maybe all the Hall of Records because I fucked it up. Ah, shit, I shouldn't swear in front of you. I'm sorry. Shit, fuck, damn, oh god, sorry.
Don't keep going. This is great. Sorry. You're
I'm
not
just really
doing...
trying to be good, but it feels like what I've been told is good by, not you necessarily, but the people who say that they speak for you. And what I'm hearing here are really different things.
Do you want to serve me? Is that what you want to do?
I think so. I kind of made the choice to. I thought that by being your servant, that would maybe make me good. If I was doing good works and spreading your word and all the things that we're supposed to do, and keeping your teachings, and listening to the.
Do you want to be good?
Yeah, desperately.
Then be good. Serving me is I want that if you want that. Do you understand how this works? I only exist so much as everyone else exists. Maybe there's a different version of me up there looking upon you at high. I am the reflection of all of you. I'm just reflecting you back at yourself. I can make it thunder because you think I can thunder. I'm really just a mirror with some party tricks. If you want to be good, then I want you to be good. If you want to serve, then I want you to serve. If you don't want to serve, then I feel some deep conflict because you want me to tell you to serve you, but you don't want to serve me. And so I don't know what you want. I don't know what I can give you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you for this. I like this version of you. I don't think I like the version of you that I'm being taught to like as much. I think this version of you could be good. And maybe I could be good serving this version of you.
You think that? Then I believe that.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to change some life plans. Is that cool with you?
I think whatever you do, if you lead it with good and in kindness in your heart, that it cannot be bad. And I think if you want to bring the version of me that you believe in and you do that with kindness and understanding, then I will be kinder and more understanding. Bring it in. Wanna do a hug?
I can hug you?
Yeah, you can hug me. I love hugs. I'm a great hugger. Just kind of like all-encompassing and surrounding.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Never been- yeah.
I could use one.
It's an incredible hug.
Oh,
it's just
fantastic.
like it's just the biggest, warmest, fluffiest hug. You just feel like the center of love and a deep understanding of your being. It's a great hug.
It's a fantastic hug. Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna have to take Michael out to dinner after this. Fantastic.
As you're going to leave, he passes you this thing and says, "Your life isn't cheap, kid. Don't give it away that quickly."
I'm working on it.
You can see the boat. The ferryman is gone. The boat is there with the pole like lying across it, just waiting for you to take it.
Okay. I gotta go make some things right.
Go get him.
Yeah, Jude's gonna walk over to the boat and kind of ferry back across.
Yeah, Cassandra's there's like, "Hey, how'd it go?"
It went really great, actually.
Yeah, that's good. I know it never goes so good when I talk to my dad, but you know?
Yeah.
Great! Alright, got a boat?
We got a boat. We got places to be. And the third seal to break.
Hell yeah! Alright. She gives a whistle and you can see the giant gator following behind her. As you sort of like, as you set your intention, you sort of opened up the pathways of this river. And you see, she's like, "Alright, gator, let's go. We're gonna go kick some ass." Yeah. And you guys float down the river, massive gator, little mechanical snout peeping out behind you.
Lovely.
I love Linnie's god.
Such a good god!
Such golden
Well
retriever
done.
energy, too.
Well done.
This is how I'd want God to be, you
Yeah.
know? Right.
Very New Testament god.
Phoebe, what's this chapter called?
Extricate myself. It's about to be like big writing a happy birthday sign energy.
Big ass H!
Big ass H. Never quite calculate it right.
Hell yeah.
Like the topography there.
Yeah.
I was practicing it.
Oh man, I hope I didn't go stress you guys out too much. I just think this is really fun.
It's really
Yeah, I
cool.
have
It's
no
a really
warning.
awkward number of letters. I tried so many different configurations. I was like, 13. There's no good way to split up 13 letters.
Everyone did great. Yeah, you holding on to each other, hands clasped. You tumble end over end in the waters until at some point the waters feel grittier and coarser. And you realize that you are not in water but in sand. And as you realize that, you fall to the ground and realize you are on that same wide, expansive plain. This time, though, instead of the shadows and mist being kind of surrounding you with only one clear path forward, you see an open, sandy plain with the ruins in the very, not in the distance, but kind of, you are on the outskirts, you are almost to them, in a wide plain around them. Just to represent the plain. I didn't draw anything here yet. But, yeah, so you guys see this wide sandy plain, and you both are kind of dropped in there. Give me an observation, either one of you.
That's a regular pass.
Regular pass?
Oh, both of us.
Yeah, you're here too.
We said either one of us, so I thought it was one of us.
Oh, that's fair.
61.
61?
Just
Not-
don't make it.
Just don't make it. Yeah, you see, so the red sandstone of these ruins, it looks like there's a wealth of archaeological information. You could spend a lifetime and a half here and not glean all of the information that you could. You see in the farish distance, maybe like a 5-10 minute walk, you see a large kind of courtyard bathhouse area, and you see 3 figures kind of sitting and sunning themselves.
I guess. Where are we? Can I make an archaeology roll to know where we are?
Yeah, sure.
99.
This wasn't in any of my fucking books.
Yeah, you have no idea. In fact, you have such you're like, maybe this is a completely lost civilization that we've never ever seen before. I'm gonna rediscover an entire entire group of people right now.
Entire human species.
Yep. Entire human species.
Yep.
I have no fucking idea, man.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, preferable to water, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it probably means they got the sigil, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, fuck. And there are people. Mm-hmm. They might know something. I'm gonna get up and start heading towards them.
As you draw closer, you realize that you recognize these three people. They are, in fact, the three librarians from before, and they are dressed in ancient Grecian robe, lounging by this bathhouse. And Donna says, "Hey, hello!
Hi.
Did you bring a book by any chance? Could really use a read right here."
I mean, I usually have one on.
Do you?
I had written into my equipment that I had a book, but I did not specify what kind of book.
I'm looking at the equipment list now. It says
Fill in
books,
later.
parentheses, fill in later. It's later. That's showbiz, baby. Welcome to later.
What kind of book do you want it to be?
I think I was reading about the Ben and Bronzes. It's a whole collection on like just items that have yet to be returned by the British Museum.
Incredible.
Donna says, that sounds pretty interesting. Vicky from the other side says, "What condition is it in? Is it you've just been through a river and sand and another river and quite a large amount of fire?
Yes, but I as far as I understand it, it wasn't real water." Everyone kept telling me it wasn't real water.
We've been through a lot of shit, so can you just give her a break? Like, the fact that she has that's kind of crazy.
Jeremy grew a spine. Let's go.
Lillian says, you know, Vicky, she's got you there. Vicky opens her eyes and stares at you. I need a power roll.
A power roll. Whoa. 88. I do not make it.
Oh, God. She opens her eyes and she looks directly at you, and the expression, "a life flashes before your eyes," really does not encapsulate the totality of the experience you just have. Because you see not only your life and your choices, but almost every branching choice you could make from this moment, just in an instant of you see yourself as a rock star, as a popper, as a guitarist, as a cook, as a venerated academic and a reviled one. And as soon as you understand all of this, she closes her eyes and it's gone. You just have this sense of having seen all of time for one moment.
Take a step back and kind of like just sit down in the sand, just like, okay.
See Lillian whacks Vicky. She's like, that's a perfectly lovely young man. Look, we've always said that she just needs a lovely young man. Support her, not to be her purpose, but just she needs some support. And he seems lovely. And just back off a little, Jesus.
Can I roll a read person to assess whether that this is not actually Donna, Lillian, and Vicky?
Yeah, roll.
That's the 3!
Well, on one's, it's not Donna, Lillian, and Vicky if you think Donna, Lillian, and Vicky are regular librarians, and those are their real names. If, however, you were thinking perhaps your librarians are eldritch Grecian beings that are just taking a break for a few years in your library,
Is that true?
Sometimes the fates are kind, and sometimes they give you a nudge, not where you want to be, but where you need to be. You remember the reason you ended up in this library was because they sent you the call number for this book. They gave you the number that would send you directly into the heart of this library, for better or for worse.
How do you
this
know
is
each
wrinkling my
other?
brain.
Oh, we work in the library. So Donna says this to you. She's great. She runs security, makes sure there's no one comes in that's gonna cause trouble with the books.
I mostly just kick out teenagers for fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, guys. This is really, really fucking with me right now. You've always known that this was here and, like, been a part of it.
We'll be a part of it. I mean, we're here on vacation. We're just taking a break. You know, sometimes you like to pop in, have a timeless moment. You know, you can't find bathhouses like you used to.
So, alright. You guys sent me here on purpose. I was so sure this was an accident.
You made the choice. Lillian looks at you and says, you made the choice. You could have turned back and you chose not to. We certainly can't make anyone do anything. We just offer chances and opportunities.
But you wanted me to come here. Why?
So they sort of look at each other and they're like, it felt like you needed a push.
To what?
It's...
Am I supposed to help Cassandra make all this free to what am I supposed to do here? 'Cause, like, no matter which way I slice it, it keeps kind of coming up big fucking whoop.
Donna's like, maybe we should let her cook a bit longer?
Like,
You don't have to do anything. Do we look like we're here telling you what to do? Vicky has stolen the book from Donna, has, like, put it over her eyes. He's like, not telling her what to do. Not telling her what to do. Except not to wreck the books. We've been clear on that one. We've gone over it.
I don't
Not
wreck the books
wrecking
anymore. I will be apologizing for the coffee stain for the rest of my life. No. But this is... Look. This place is incredible. I would love to fight for it, but you gotta give me a fucking reason to, because it has never fought for me. They say knowledge is power, but what they really mean is that it's for the powerful. It's not for trailer park kids with addict moms and fuck-up brothers who can't pull their shit together long enough to even hold down a job for a single month. So someone has to.
Lillian says, you say knowledge isn't for you, but I've watched a young woman with more on her shoulders than many, and I can speak from knowledge here, many would be able to handle. And I see her every moment she can educating herself and learning something. And again, we can't choose for you, but we can see paths that are laid out, and you know. And Donna says, sometimes, now we don't always, but sometimes we can tell when someone wants a push just a little bit deep in their heart. And coffee stains aside, sometimes mortals come into our lives and they ask even their hearts for that push, and we answer them, and what they do with it is up to them. Lillian says, you can leave this place. You do not have to stay here. You can leave and never return. This place does nothing for you. That is true. It will not give money you can do anything with. It will not bring out into the world the change you want it to make. The only one who can do that is you. And it is a terrible, awful burden that fate has laid upon your shoulders. The only thing that we can do is to give you a break, a moment, a time to slip away and have something for yourself. Cannot say how long will have passed if you choose to leave this place, but may not be as long as you think or you have experienced. And if you choose to return, if you choose to fight for your space, the space that you deserve in the world, it will be here for you. But it is not up to us to force you to make that choice. We can only open the door.
Manny walks up and gives her a hug.
Hey. Lillian is like very, just like the most squishy mother hug. Just really envelops you. You've got this. You've got this.
You pointed us in the right direction?
Where do you want to go?
Wherever the magic's happening.
She points not along the road you've come, but you look and you suddenly see another road pointing out past into the distance. It almost shimmers like it's not actually that hot, but the road shimmers almost like a mirage.
Coming?
Hell yeah.
Just gonna start walking.
Yeah, so they fade into the distance. You can see there's like squabbling over the book as you leave. With Donna saying, just tear it in half, and Vivian saying, over my dead body. My dead body, will I tear that book in half?
Cut the baby in half.
I was gonna see how far into that.
Yeah. Just because it worked for
That
Solomon doesn't mean
allegory
it'll work
went,
for
yeah,
you.
there it is.
So you guys continue. You step up to the patch of mirage, and it's one of those where like you go around to the other side, you just see desert. But if you look straight through it, you can't quite tell. It looks like slightly deeper darkness.
Joey?
Let's go.
All right, you guys jump in. Away. Together. William. What is this next chapter called?
Yeah.
It's still the skull.
No arc has occurred.
Actually, I want it bigger. I gotta give myself room. Shit.
A big ass T.
Fuck.
It's all is good. It's all part of the improvisational process.
The hubris of a happy birthday sign.
What does it say?
The accepted.
The accepted. I love it. All right. So you walk through this mirage, and as you step through, you recognize that you're in that same cavern, but what was once the suggestion of swamp has now thickened into an actual inky, black, wet swamp that you could feel your feet drag through as you step out from here. As you're looking around, you know that there are doors out of here, that if you wish to leave, you could return from where you came. But you can also, as you're looking around, start to hear some whispers gently. And as you stare deeper into this like inky muck, you can see small points of light appear. And
That's sick.
It's almost like candles in the dark. As you draw closer to one, you can hear someone reading aloud, and you realize that these are not the written works of Tolkien, but these are sort of the way that oral traditions are still an important and valid way of telling stories. That these are people either telling each other stories of things they remember from Tolkien's work, or like the half-remembered childhood bedtime stories.
That's sick.
And people just telling each other things they remember. And you think that if you listen to all of these, you could maybe not capture the 100% true word, but you could come close to the essence of the thing that made this so magical. But you would have to sit here and listen for a very long time.
let's hear about Frodo and the Ring. Oh yes, that's one of my favorite stories.
I'm gonna look over to Maddie and just say, you know, this is the stuff that first really got me going through a really hard time in my life. And as much as I think of these fondly, I think I was fixated on these, and I don't know that it was healthy for me. I think as much as I'm glad that this information is still here, I don't feel tied to it anymore. And I think it was a way for me to avoid having to deal with a lot of the things that was going on, both with my anxiety and my family, as well as my other relationships. And I think I don't know that it will be good for me to continue fixating on this. Do you know? Sorry, I know we just met. That's a lot to...
Maddie looks around, hearing all of the chatter, these really lovely stories about hope and fighting for something. Says, you know, I've seen a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms in my life. This is pretty far down the list, all things considered.
Yeah, that's also fair.
I'm just saying, like, it's impressive to see that even if this was something that wasn't healthy for you, you still managed to channel all of that and find a means of escape that was still kind of beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
Two things can be true sometimes.
Two things can be true. Yeah. I think for the short term, I want to go sit and listen, at least for a while. Like, yeah. So I'm going to make my way towards where the people are.
Yeah, so you go, as you walk, there's it seems like a kind of a dense cloud here. As you're walking forward, you realize you are also walking over the same area in which that sigil first appeared. And as you walk over it, there's just that little tingle over the back of your spine that this isn't over yet, that there's still a third sigil. And you have freedom of choice here. You can choose to go forward or go back, but sitting here is choosing to not go forward, to not, there's a choice to sit here. And
I knew it! I will not fall into your web of trickery. No, I'm kidding. Wait, what? We do have to go deal with this third sigil.
You don't have to. You can leave.
I think I initially fixated on this because it felt like something that I was called to do, and I wanted to figure out why this disappeared, what was going on with it, and I feel like we gotta go help and actually deal with the situation that's going on here, because that was what was initially drawing me in.
As you say that, you can see. Can you pull that little tab? Pull that little tab. You can see the sigil kind of lights up with the same. It's not the same light that was animated by the magicians beforehand, the wizards from the order. It's the same light that glows from these points of connection and storytelling. You see little beads of light come out from these and animate this sigil to something soft and green and candlelit. And you can see it pulsates, waiting for you guys to step in.
Seems like our ride.
Shall we?
Great. Okay. I'm gonna pop these off.
Those are so cool.
For the last time, what's the name of this chapter?
Oh, I wasn't thinking about this.
Sigil, the Twilight Archives.
You grab onto the edge of the lip of this stone fountain, and you're able to haul yourself up. You and Cassandra are riding the waves. Cassandra's taking a hold of the pole, almost immediately, and you guys are surfing. You are flying. You are flying, And as soon as you exit the fountain, Bellamere, sputtering behind you, you see Cassandra and Jude, like, fly out in a wave, like, hang 10! And successfully land here out of harm's way. And you two appear in the same summoning circle. You see that there are a couple of wizards around, but it looks like they're mostly people who stayed behind and didn't necessarily, weren't necessarily involved in the fight. You don't see anyone who looks hurt or injured. You guys are the first to make it back here. Mm-hmm. You can see them climbing out of the fountain as you kind of all arrive simultaneously, having been swept away at about the same time. Bellamere looks at Cassandra. Cassandra looks at Bellamere. Cassandra takes her staff and tries to ram it through Bellamere. Just goes straight for him, with a point of crystal light at the end. Let's see. Did not do so great. Yeah, Bellamere dodges, but Cassandra's staff falls into the fountain. And you can see Bellamere says, "Seemed like you guys were going to be collateral damage, and you have decided to make yourselves part of this. So I feel little to no guilt about this, and I'm not going to apologize." You can see he takes a small amulet out of his pocket and breaks it in half, and you can see some energy is being released. And as you look back at the fountain, it starts swirling as if all the water is draining out of it. You guys all have a second to do something.
Oh God. Look over at Sam like, "You brought him back? Why did you bring him back?"
Didn't think ahead much. Okay. Cass, any thoughts?
Kill him with fire, find the seal, kill the seal with fire.
Any leads on the seal?
As you look down, you realize that all of the water in the fountain is being drained away to reveal the final seal.
Well, that was helpful of him.
As that's happening, something else is climbing out.
What else is climbing out?
I don't know. I haven't poured this out. It is the most disturbing substance I have ever had.
God.
Oh no.
You see, it is not the blackness of the darkness of nothing. This is the blackness of ink. It is ink that has been bled out of pages. There's pain here. There is knowledge that's been taken and suppressed. Do you see slime begin to ooze out?
Samuel!
Oops, sorry.
It's been really
Oh god, this is incredible, terrible. Okay,
Oh, God.
do not get stuck in this. Jesus Christ. Okay, yes.
I want to touch it.
No, it's really bad. It's so upsetting.
Oh my god.
It feels so liquid.
It feels so wet,
don't
but
touch
it's
it.
not.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yep.
give you a new token.
Oh God.
This is ruined beyond repair.
Oh,
It stains
It's coming
really
from
bad,
Bellamere.
guys. Like,
Yeah,
actually, it really does stain.
I mean, you can dump me in it for now. I think I'm in it anyway.
Give me a dexterity check.
Yeah.
Oh my god. We'll figure out which token.
Yeah, no, that's a 95. I'm
yes,
Samuel's
you-
in the ink.
Samuel absolutely swallowed. You see the ink, and it almost has a mind of its own, but it ripple. Oh god, this is so weird. This is so great. Okay, disturbing. So disturbing. You see the ink ooze out. And where'd Bellamere go? Did Bellamere also get it yet?
Oh, Bellamere's right there.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's 1, 2, Cassandra. Okay, everyone's accounted for. Bellamere says, is sort of controlling this monster. You get the sense it does have some limited, sentience, but it's really responding to his controls. He's saying, go eat that thing, and then it does. And he points directly at Cassandra. You too see all this happening, and you get a chance to do something. What are you gonna do, if anything?
I mean, we know Bellamere's bad at this point. How can I make it all the way to him?
I think you can make it to him if you're running. I just don't think you probably won't be able to do a lot once you get there.
I just want to try and push him into the ink.
Yeah, if you're running from over there, I'm going to say give me... Yeah, I don't think you can make it in this turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
Try to push him with magic.
I don't know how.
You still try.
I'll try. I don't even know that I can do it. I don't know that's a thing that you can try and do. So I don't think. I'll go here.
Yeah, you definitely can make it to right here.
Well,
I just think it's
I'm nervous about the ink, so I'll go there.
Okay, where are you going?
Yeah, I'll go about here-ish, and I would like to try to use magic to push him into the...
You want to? Is that what you want to do? Straight up push him?
Yeah.
Yeah. You. Hey. Cool. Give me a hard magic roll.
Nope.
Okay. Burn 2 points. What did you get?
89.
Nope. Does not make it. So you try to push him. Mm-hmm. It doesn't succeed in pushing him, but it does like put enough pressure on that he notices you and notices that you are now in the fight.
Balls.
Is my sparrow still with me? Sparrow kind of get washed away?
No, I think I meant to do a bit where the sparrow dive bombs and catches up with you, so I'm saying retroactively that happened.
Incredible!
I did intend for you to have the sparrow, so yes, I think you can have the sparrow.
Cool, awesome.
And a little flashback.
We love that. I love my little sparrow guy. Yeah, okay, I am right there. Oh, I got a strength of 30.
You also have Samuel, who is about to be consumed by
I'm gonna go ahead and try and get Samuel out.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna straight up just try and like pull him out of the ink.
So you're gonna grab him. Give me just a regular strength roll.
Good. Nope, we're gonna push that though.
Okay. What you gonna do to push it?
Just like go a little bit deeper in the ink.
Okay, it's like risk getting caught in the ink.
Yeah, risk getting caught.
Hey,
That's an 11.
That's an 11. Yeah, you.
Oh god.
God, I love this so much, but also what the fuck?
It reminds me of childhood in the worst way.
No.
No touchy. No touchy. You're gonna move it. Don't touch it.
That reminds me of like halfway through cooking scrambled eggs.
I opened this and Phoebe came in and was like, what just happened? You just made sounds that weren't
they were worrying sounds.
Give me a constitution check.
I make it. I make the hard version.
Cool. Yeah, you managed to not have swallowed any of this ink, so you were drenched in ink, but otherwise mostly unharmed.
Nice.
It seems like it could crush you if it was paying attention, but it mostly you're just in danger of being enveloped and then drowned.
Yeah.
From this, unless it gets like enough force to kind of tentacle swat you. So pull.
Oh God!
No.
Not Jude.
I mean,
yeah,
I functionally had an arm in it, so
you got a little gooed. Yeah, so you make it out. Cassandra is going to attempt to throw. She's trying to try to attack the seal here. She makes that. You see the seal cracks a little bit, but definitely need a few more good hits to crack. And then Bellamere is going to. I think Bellamere is going to try to attack you, Jude.
That's fair.
It's going to send. You see like a pink. And like green, noxious cloud of gas. It sort of turns into a bubble, and he just flings it at you.
Love that.
Okay, you rolled a 15.
Oh, good.
So you can either attempt to fight back just this turn, or you can attempt to kind of dodge out of the way.
It's a cloud of noxious gas. It feels like dodging may not be an option. Cool. What else is there around?
So this is actually the wide amphitheater part. You remember, like, people would gather around to watch the induction ceremonies?
Yeah, because this is, like, the first time that
so
Jude has been here.
Oh, right. Yeah, so you see this is a relatively open space. It looks like there's, like, this amphitheater-style seating where people gather around to watch the fountain. There's not a lot of stuff here. There's, like, magical stuff here, but it looks like... It looks like these two wizards are hanging back, basically just like they don't want anything to do with it. They're running, and this wizard is behind here and hasn't quite decided what he's gonna do.
But like this portion is like pretty much empty.
Pretty much empty.
Okay.
There's like some shelves and stuff along the edges. If you're looking for anything in particular, you might find it, but largely empty. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think gotta try and fight back this turn because dodging's not gonna be an option, and Samuel's right behind me. So
great. What do you do?
We haven't tried this type of magic yet, but like what Jude really wants to do is just like kind of push like a wave of force towards Bellamere to hopefully like knock him back and maybe to get the gas with it.
Okay, sure. Just like wave of force?
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna be a hard magic roll.
Cool. 47.
Does you pass?
That's a regular pass.
Regular pass, not a hard pass. For magic you haven't used before, it is a hard pass.
Can I push it?
Yeah, you can push it. It's gonna be real bad if you don't get it. You can also spend luck points if it's close. I don't know how close it is.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna spend 17 luck points.
Oh,
Wait, is there a cap on that?
No, you can spend as many as you want.
Incredible.
Great. Yeah, I'm spending 17 luck points to make that.
Great. You find a well of strength within you. What did you do to push that roll?
Kind of took a deep breath, said a couple words in silent prayer, and just hoping for the best. I am more powerful than I think.
Yeah, you feel like a little, like the warmth of God-Dad's hug.
God-Dad's hug.
And you send out an incredibly powerful force, which pushes the cloud of gas back into Bellamir's face.
Great.
Sort of hacks and coughs. And he's gonna take... he's gonna take some damage. What is he?
Big fail.
Yeah, so he looks actually really rough. Whatever was in that gas is really, really noxious. He's hacking up along. It's definitely going to impact any kind of verbal spell casting or any kind of casting he wants to do.
Judah will see this and say, "An eye for an eye, motherfucker!"
It's more Old Testament.
This is some pretty Old Testament.
Absolutely. Old Testament.
Stop their tongues.
He's coughing up a lung. That was just temporary. This is you again.
Yeah. I actually maybe haven't done anything yet. First, can I...
Oh yeah, you got glupped.
I was glupped for a bit, yeah.
Big glupped.
I don't know what role this would be, Sense Fastigia, Magic, something. I want to try to determine, how much is this ink being, something that Bellamir created, absolutely, versus... it's a force that exists, and it's a necessary force of the Twilight Archive that he's manipulated into a form that it doesn't normally take.
Ooh.
I'm hoping for the latter, kind of extrapolating the fact that ink is necessary to archive knowledge, but if you get too much of it, it becomes a long thing. The long shot I'm going for here is that the ink really doesn't want to be serving this purpose.
Give me give me a magic roll and then give me a luck roll.
Cool. Did not make the magic roll.
Okay. Give me a luck roll.
Oh yeah, I'll make the luck roll, and then I think I'll try to push the magic roll.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Made the luck roll.
Okay. Push the magic roll.
For the magic roll, we were in the archive earlier.
Yes.
And I both saw some servers and some paper, old and new, and then went and saw some more recent records.
Yes.
Was any of that parchment, ink on parchment?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of fucking parchment around here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to ruminate on the fact that the archive itself and its functionality is this ink.
Yes.
The archive doesn't exist without this ink. This ink isn't an abomination upon it, or it's something Bellamir's using. It's something of the archive that he's chaining in some way.
Sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're thinking about it longer? Absolutely.
Yes, I make a hard version of that magic roll.
Amazing. Yeah, you look at this and it is disgusting and gloopy, but it feels old the same way that a lot of the archive feels old. And that's not something you think Bellamir could have created. And then also, it's not really his style to create. He seems to find and co-opt and steal. So you think absolutely this is controlled by Bellamir. And you think the fact that it came out of the sigil is also somewhat important.
Yeah.
They're somehow linked a little bit.
I'm aware also at this point that I have 2 sigils.
Yes.
And he has, at this point, what adds to -1 sigil.
Yes.
So I'm going to call upon the forces of magic as ill-defined as I've learned them to be. And I'm not trying to control this ink at all, because I think that requires more knowledge of the workings of magic than I do. But I'm trying to call upon the favor of the archive that I have in a magical way, and just project peace onto this ink and project it to go back to its natural state and try to free it from whatever magical bounds has been put on it.
Okay, so would you say you're trying to put it to sleep, or you're trying to channel the magics of the Twilight Archives?
I'm trying to dispel Bellamir's spell on it. But I'm hoping that it can aid me in that process, being that me and it are tighter than it and Bellamere. I don't know if that actually tracks, but the main effect I'm going for
You got a hard magic roll, right?
I did, yeah.
I will tell you with that, you kind of like reach out a little bit, and it's almost like you're running into like a plate of bulletproof glass. You think that sigil is keeping you from accessing that magic. That's really the core of what Bellamere has been doing, is keeping a leash between him and the rest of the Order's access to the Twilight Archives on like a personal and deep level.
Cool. Word. Okay.
So like you won't be able to do that until that sigil's gone.
Yeah, that's
unless you want to like
information.
almost die and give yourself a headache.
Sounds like some gates he's keeping to me.
Yeah, that's gatekeeping bullshit right there.
Cool. Okay, that was a turn worth of things I did.
Great. I think that definitely counts. Okay, so we had
Do I spend any magic points for that, or do I just get there with...
you were rolling. You didn't actually cast any magic. Yeah, you were just identifying. Bellamere has pointed the monster at Cassandra. You guys are kind of in the way. So this monster reaches out a tentacle.
Oh, God.
And goes, isn't this great? Look at this.
Wow.
And goes for Cassandra, who's going to roll a dexterity check. Fail it. So she's now grappled by this monster. She seems okay, but she's like grabbed by the slime.
God.
This should maybe have been obvious from like the earlier time we saw her destroy a sigil, or last round she did it. Is she doing special sigil magic, or is she just like throwing fire at the thing?
Anyone want to give me a magic check?
Sure.
I don't know if that's...
You make yours with advantage since you had time to talk to her.
Got regular pass there,
regular
and
pass.
yeah, just regular pass.
She is just beating the ever-loving shit out of this.
Great.
You think that if you knew more sigil magic, you probably could be more effective, like destroying parts of the sigil that would kind of be the weak points. But ultimately what she's doing is just hitting the shit out of it. Cool. And trying to break it.
Can I... Well, actually, I'll just yell, how the hell do you do magic?
we way too late. That's an Act 2 question.
Just pick up something and start hitting it.
You're like 3 episodes behind.
Are you looking for ideas of things you can do?
Yeah, well, I was going to run and try and pull her out.
That's a great thing to do. That works.
Oh, do it.
Great. Give me a strength roll.
I have that. I pass, but not the hard.
Not the hard?
Not the hard.
Yeah, so I think she's not completely grabbed by
But
it.
I will push it. And
You
then,
push it?
Yeah, I'll pay the 6 luck to make
Okay.
a hard pass.
Yeah, absolutely. You grab... No, I'm gonna get it. No, I didn't get it.
Oh, jeez. Oh, no.
Just watching the pieces, like,
Recongeal.
into it.
Oh. This is... No touchy!
Okay, sorry.
You can play with it
You're
after the
making
game
it stronger.
is over. Yeah, so you managed to drag her out of the slime. She says, oh, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Don't let that touch you. That is that is not great.
Definitely don't eat it.
I wasn't gonna suggest that. Okay, shit. All right. Cool. Everyone don't get stuck in that. Seems like we've avoided that. We learned that lesson already.
Yeah,
but,
I think we were already planning on not doing that.
I am gonna reiterate bad. Ink bad. No, ink okay, but like getting stuck in the ink bad.
All right, Cass.
Great, your turn.
I want to kind of run for it. Can I tell what material the sigil is made out of? Like the literal, like base component materials.
It looks like I can tell you what it looks like, and then you can make a magic roll to be more secure. It looks like stone that has weird magic glowy things on it.
Okay, I'll make the magic roll. That's a regular pass, and I can spend some luck points to make it a hard pass.
It's not gonna be worth it.
Okay.
It is stone, and then magically someone has written magically on it, so it has magical writing.
But
it's it's one of those, like, if you disturb the substance the magical writing is on top of.
Has the writing been like carved into the stone?
It's not been carved, but magically functionally carved.
Okay.
Like if you break the stone, you'll break the writing.
So there's no like cracks in the stone already or anything?
You see a crack from the first hit from Cassandra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to Cassandra and be like, you know how to make any, like, you make a lot of fire.
Yes.
How about water?
Really not a skill of mine. Can give it a shot?
I think it'll be a lot more effective at wearing down those cracks.
So with the power of erosion on the water?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not understanding what you're meaning, and unless I understand, I can't hit the thing better. So...
Freeze the water?
So get the water in the crack and then freeze it?
That fucks up a lot of architecture.
Can you summon the water?
I can try.
I can do the opposite of heat. I can definitely do ice. That's just no cold.
Okay.
The water is not great. Can't do the water.
Yes, alright, I can try.
Alright.
And I guess I will try to do new magic. I think I'm picturing, I've almost kind of sort of drowned or not drowned in water that's not water many times today. And so I'm just kind of reaching out for all the water that I know somehow exists in between all these pages of existence.
Fair enough.
And trying to pull it back up into the seal and into those cracks. That's a regular pass.
It does not make it. You reach out and you can feel you can feel just reaching for this water, but it's the same feeling of like hitting your hand against a bulletproof glass window. You're hitting some sort of barrier that's preventing the free flow of this water. Was there any observations you want to make in your action?
No, I thought I was being clever, and I was not.
Do you want to move anywhere?
I don't
know.
No,
it was clever. You just couldn't get the water.
That was my one idea.
Great. We'll have a whole round to come up with a new one. All right, Jude.
Said there's a whole lot of parchment around here.
Yes.
Jude would like to try and animate a shit ton of parchment.
Yes!
To try and go after.
So you're trying to create a paper golem, is what you're saying. Okay. Yeah.
Mop it up.
Give what level is your spell?
Second.
Second?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you absolutely can burn 2 magic points to attempt to summon paper.
Absolutely.
Go for it. Give me a magic roll.
Okay. That does not make it. I gotta push it.
You gotta
push it.
What are you gonna do to push it?
Try and start with a single sheet to kind of see if it'll take and maybe find friends.
Oh, okay. All right, you're so instead of doing all at once, you're kind of snowball effect.
Yeah, snowball effect.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Come on. Oh.
No.
Is it the same?
It's almost exactly the same. It's 3 points different.
Okay, so unfortunately, you have just failed a pushed roll.
Magic.
Which is not good. I need you to roll power for me. Okay. You really don't want to fail this roll.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Is this where we get the... Yep. Mm-hmm. That's an 8! That is an 8!
Yes, okay. Wow, it's really fortunate. I will say, you once texted me, I think in the middle of the fucking night, and you're like, what the proper term for this is hyperthermia. Let's go read this. This one right here.
Which one? Hyperthaumaturgical.
Hyperthaumaturgical
degradation.
You just sent me that. No context, just in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
This is what you get. I gave it to you.
Yeah.
You lose all of your magic points and 1 hit point.
Right now,
you're drained to 0.
Fuck!
That's what an ultra pass gets you.
Oh no!
If you get that sort of exhaustion, you automatically lose all your hit points, your magic points. The difference is in just how hurt you are and or if you die instantly.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck!
Yeah, so you have no more magic points left. Whatever you do have is your sparrow.
I do have a little sparrow, don't I? Shit. Yeah, could I have a sparrow go over and try and break Bellemir's concentration?
Make it so he can't control this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
just
roll.
Just kind of fly in his face or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a dexterity roll. What did I say his dexterity roll? 65?
65? Yeah.
36. Yeah, he bats it out of the air.
No.
He's gonna roll dexterity. It manages to survive and not hit the ground.
Okay.
It dodges. and kind of returns back to you.
What happens if you try to do magic without any magic points?
You spend your life force.
You do spend your life force. I just can't remember exactly how it works. How many HP do you have left?
Is it just like the 1, 2, 3, 4 thing?
Yeah.
Is that how that works? 3, I guess.
3. Oh, you have. When did you get those 3? Wait. So how many points do you have? Like, how many damage points do you take? You took the 1 from the magical damage.
Yes.
You just have the 1.
Yeah, just the 1.
It costs you 1 hit point for every. You can like trade hit points for magic points if you have no magic points left.
Sure.
But if the spell fails and you have no magic points left, you have to spend 30 luck points or die instantly. If you spend the 30 luck points, you're just like incapacitated and knocked unconscious type thing.
Hypothermologically.
Yeah.
Degraded.
Hypothaumaturgically.
Hypothermologically
degraded.
Degraded. So you can spend damage points. If you get more than 3, you fall. You pass out. And if you fail the spell at any point, then bad. So it's a risky gamble, but you can do that. Cassandra's gonna try to attack the sigil again.
Yeah.
Oh, she absolutely makes that. Yeah, just another shattering blow. She calls out, "Just one more, guys. We just gotta like not die till we can blow it up." Bellamere says, "So I need to kill you now," is what you're saying. And shoots a fireball at her face.
Oh no!
Which
That's
absolutely.
a great success.
That is 5. Yeah, so he shoots it at her face, and he doesn't actually hit her, so it's an incredibly strong bolt, but misses her just by a little bit, and doesn't actually cause any damage. Yeah, because that's his dex.
That was her dex.
Oh, sorry. When you roll your thing to roll for damage. So it just singes her. It looks like she's like got some of her eyebrows burnt off, a little bit singed, but mostly okay.
I just saw, is Cassandra throwing fireballs at the sigil, or is she just heating the sigil itself? I've just seen her do it. What does it look like she's doing?
She is throwing a fireball at the sigil. Yeah.
Does it look like with my, like the fire spell I know, can I approximate that effect?
It's a very strong spell. Do you have level 1 or 2?
I have level 2.
Level 2? You think if you got a hard success on this, you'd probably be able to damage it, but it's not clear. Yeah, it's like a maybe. It would be on the very strong end of what you could do.
Yeah.
But she is just blowing up stone. Like, the secrecy, the hard thing was getting in here and getting to the sigil, not necessarily destroying it.
Yeah. What happened to the fireball? Is it like currently burning some crucial knowledge over there? Or?
It's a relatively sparse area, so it kind of just bounces off the tile, the marble.
What's the ink beast up to?
The ink beast is kind of coiled around. It is waiting for a command from Bellamere. You think after you do, like, it's about ready to do something after you do something.
Got it. I still have gears in my pocket from long ago.
Yes, this is true.
I'm going to take those gears, because the spell I actually learned is generate heat. And I'm just going to throw these metal gears into the ink puddle, and then heat the shit out of them.
Okay! Yeah, you
and see if I can, temporarily make it more interested in the burning spots on itself than in eating us.
You've made some fire shuriken. Absolutely. Roll for magic.
Yes, hard pass.
Hard pass. Yeah, I'm gonna say you didn't. Yeah, you're not trying to throw them in any particular area. Just
I don't think I could miss it.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty hard.
So you chuck these gears, and they steam as they hit. Give me a dexterity.
I miss.
You just, what did you get?
81.
81. You see, like, it recoils a little bit, but doesn't seem that distracted or hurt.
Okay.
I think you'd have to have, like, dealt it a bit more of a devastating blow.
Yeah.
Great. So the ink monster is going to absolutely try to swipe at you and Jude here.
Oh, nice. I got it off of Cass.
Give me a
die.
dexterity roll.
We're collateral.
We are.
It's so stretchy.
I make that one.
Yeah, you can fight.
I
So
think that dex.
So the only thing you can do is dodge out of the way. You can fight back if you want to, so you can try to attack it again as it attacks you. One time only. You wouldn't be able to attack anyone else.
I already rolled for the dex and made it. Is it the same roll?
It would be fighting. So if you're trying to do the spell,
I keep the dex.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you both managed to dodge. As this, as this tentacle reaches out for you and just misses. You feel like you are being encircled a little bit by this ink.
It's okay, one more round.
But it misses, and that brings us back to Jeremy.
Can I use Sense Vestigia to get a sense of how people are casting these fireballs?
Jeremy's like, I get the sense there's some magic going on. I can't be sure, but not much slips by old Jeremy. I think there's some vestigia
I've
afoot.
been told that I'm a sharp pencil or something like that.
Oh, Lord. Okay, yeah. Go for it.
Okay.
Give me a...
31.
Hey.
I've read about this magic
With
stuff.
one luck point, that passes hard.
Yeah, so you're looking mostly at like the three other people who were clearly new to this. And what you're seeing is that they are doing things that like it seems like some people are surprised when shit works. So clearly they're doing magic they haven't tried before. But you're noticing there's a moment of like calmness, of like intention setting that's happening. And you think that maybe it might just be thinking about it hard enough and clearly and concisely enough, like really picturing what you want to have happen in your mind.
All right. I'm going to think about like anxiety and stress and confusion and like worrying about how other people are thinking, as well as like the feeling of like things closing in on you all at once, and then try and direct that all at Bellamere.
Mad psychic damage.
Just confusion.
All right.
Jeremy is a Psyduck.
Oh, great.
I cast social anxiety on Bellamere.
You unleash a very powerful mental attack. Burn 2 magic points and give me a hard magic roll.
With 2 luck points,
Hey!
yeah.
Incredible. Okay, that is a hard roll. Yes, you look at him and he looks at you, and there's just a deer in headlights moment as like everything you're thinking and feeling just hits this man like a wave. And give me a power roll.
2.
Jesus Christ. He is destroyed.
Being stuck in your own permanent psychic for half a second and he's out. He's like, bro, you live like this? Bro, you live
Have you worked?
Roll me a... what are the weapons damage bonuses like?
It depends.
Does anyone have one? Like,
I have taser and flashlight. Those are my.
does anyone else have a weapon? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. I am going to say that you deal him 3 points. I'm gonna call it 3 points damage. Yeah, that's alright. So he's
down. You gave him the big sad. He's feeling down.
yeah.
He's not hurt. He's not bloodied. He's down.
Yeah, I think down is appropriate. He's just like kind of curled in a fetal position. He's sort of still connected to the ink monster, so he's like still sort of like trying to direct that. But he's curled up, hiding from the world. Just wow, that's. Like Cassandra looks at you, is like, look like that. Have you thought about getting help, my dude? It does not seem like a healthy way to live. I mean, congrats. That's fucking incredible. But,
I've been thinking about it.
cool. We'll think about that more later. Put a pin in that one. We will call it pinned.
Maybe he's just goated at magic. We don't know that he needs to be a case study.
I think Caster says, I've seen goated at magic. And I'm just saying, that boy needs help.
That boy needs therapy.
That boy needs therapy. Okay. So, Maddie, your turn.
Yes. So we have established this thing very difficult to miss.
Yeah.
I would like to just walk up to it, point my stun gun at it, and just
Let's hope Jude and I aren't touching it.
because no one's touching it, and just the whole
the
thing.
thing. Okay,
And hopefully, because part of it is touching the seal,
it will do
it will
something.
also electrocute the seal.
Yeah, all right, I'm going to make a hard constitution. I don't know if there's a lot you can do to this thing. So this needs to be under 40. Under 40.
Never actually gotten to use this on the job.
That's a 2.
Fuck!
Yeah, no, it is unfazed. It's actually it's iron galling, so it's filled with iron. So instead of electrocuting it, it kind of just passes the current through itself like a lightning rod would.
But does it go into the
sigil?
Into the sigil?
Give me a magic roll.
That's a regular pass.
A regular pass?
This is the magic roll on using the physical stun gun.
Oh, no, that's that.
I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah,
keep going. My bad.
Magic roll.
The sigil's magic, so it checks out.
The sigil's magic. Yeah, I'm gonna say because you didn't actually try to do magic, you are trying to physically beat a magical thing, that is successful. That you do manage to electrocute the magic. So you have almost completely destroyed this thing. You need one more half a hit, just a little bit in there, to destroy that.
Can't believe it rolled a 2.
Ink Monster's hardy. Jude, your turn.
So Ink Monster is still sort of on the rampage.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bellamere is incapacitated, but it's still in control of it.
In control of it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do we think it'd be more useful to go after Ink Monster or go after Bellamere?
Sigil.
I can't really do much to the sigil.
Emancipate the
you got no
monster.
magic.
Yeah,
I got no magic.
Oh,
left.
that's right. I did forget about that.
I have an idea for a magic thing I kind of want to do.
You will die. I cannot save you if you die. I cannot save you. Go for it. I just want you to know that dying if this roll goes badly is a very real possibility. Unless you'll have to spend 30 luck points. You have 30 left.
I have 30.
Okay,
so
then you
won't die.
You won't die, but I guess that you won't die.
I want to do a magic.
Great, do a magic.
The kind of magic I want to do is the opposite of animate. I want to basically give Bellamere the effects of heroin.
Oh?
Okay.
And make him go more or less catatonic.
He's already catatonic. Yeah, he's pretty...
You want to unalive him.
So,
no!
The opposite of animating something is killing it. So I don't think there's a way to...
Avada Kedavra.
To with what you know now to do that. I see where you're trying to go.
Yes.
He is also knocked out for at least a couple more rounds.
Okay. Then I think I might actually go after Ink Monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't want to unalive Bellamere necessarily.
Those are your options.
Yeah. But Ink Monster is ink that has life force that should not be attached to it.
Yeah.
You know? Sure. So yeah, I want to kind of do
unanimate the Ink Monster.
Unanimate the Ink Monster.
Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Reverse the magic.
This will cost you... What are you at now? It's going to cost you 2 magic points to try this.
Okay. That's 0.
So this is going to cause you 2. You're probably going to pass out after this.
All right.
Okay. Give me a hard magic. Oh no, you've mastered this. Give me just a regular magic check.
No.
Boy, if you press that roll.
You reach out and cast.
That's it.
And you slam up against this barrier. It is weakened, it is cracked, but you are just not quite strong enough to slam through it. You think if you had been able to be a bit more successful at the spell, you could have broken through. Instead, you slide right off like a bug on a windshield and pass out into unconsciousness. You all see Jude collapse. They look okay. They're not dying, but it's clear the magic has taken a toll. They look sallow, exhausted. A couple of scrapes have opened up into full-on cuts.
Not great.
Don't do magic when you don't have magic points.
Jude doesn't know their limits super well.
Yep, don't we all?
That's in character.
So Jude passes out, not dead, but down. Do you do anything to your bird as you fade into unconsciousness?
I hope the sparrow's like kind of coming back and maybe like pecking at me a little bit, just like trying.
Yeah, you can feel little like feet on your head.
Cool.
And just like starts like pecking, not towards your eyeballs though.
No, just like a little like tap on the noggin, like you good.
Yeah. You're not good, and everything goes black. Great. Cassandra says, all right, one last good.
Cassandra.
All right.
No! Cassandra!
Don't believe.
She goes to throw a fireball, and slips in some of the ink residue left in the tile, falls down, shoots off towards the ceiling, and completely misses. Bellamere is out for the count. Nothing there. That leaves you.
Clutch.
I can do a weak fireball, but a weak fireball might be enough at
Yes.
this point.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah,
I will do that.
Okay, burn one or two magic? Two magic points. Yep.
Yeah. I'm down to 12. And then I only have to make a normal version of this,
Yes.
right? That makes it.
Hey! You the man who moments, but maybe ages before, would have turned his back, instead raise up all of your strength and send a relatively average-sized firebolt at this sigil. Certainly nothing like the gouts of flame Cassandra would send out.
It's about
but
how you use it.
It is. In this case, it is
gets the
about
job done.
everyone pitching in as much as they can and doing the parts that they want to play here. And you send out this firebolt and you hit the sigil. The stone cracks in half. A frisson goes through the ink monster as if some control has been leashed on it. And it... I'm just going to try anything. And it... It seeps back out through... really wet sound. It seeps back out through the fountain, leaving some small bits of itself behind to twitch on the floor. Nope, no touchy.
Put that thing back where it came from.
What's about me?
Okay. Okay, great. Lid back on this. Just...
Oh my god.
It's really unfortunate, isn't it? Okay. The ink monster seeps back through the cracks in the stone, almost as if it never were, aside from the small bits of ink that remain. Water trickles back in, and the fountain runs freely again, if a little bit wilder, but than before. Cassandra turns to you guys and goes, "Okay, great, good job, team. We've done it. Yeah, shit. Glad that didn't explode like the last one. That was a lot. So I'm gonna go tie him up, just like a quick hog tie, and hopefully we can sort this out with some of the order members as they start to arrive, because this was some bullshit, if I do say so myself." As you're saying this, you see this order member stands up and says, I will testify for the bullshit. This was bullshit. This was bullshit. Just want to be here, growing my plants, not involved in this. But you seem like you have, I'm sorry I doubted you. Yes, Cass, look, I am sorry. You did seem crazy. Look, if your alligator eats me, it's hard to be on your side. That's all I'm saying.
He's making some valid points.
I mean, I should have listened to her just to begin with, you know, because she was right.
I'm still passed out.
You see Jude passed out on the ground. Cassandra goes to tie up Bellamere. Person goes to help them. You start seeing flashes of light as other order members portal in through the portal. You see Dr. Mortimer and Dr. Cunningham, as well as a few more order members pop in. Sort of like look around to see the singed floors and inked halls. They're sort of like, what's going on? You three see Jude lying unconscious on the ground.
I'll go try and help wake her up.
Them
up.
Yeah, so you try to wake them up, go over, give me a Constitution roll.
Cool. I got a con of 80.
Oh, God.
You're yeah. Wow.
He studled.
Got it.
I even needed it.
Yeah, so you sort of slowly come to, you see the three of them peering down at you. Little sparrow cheeps at you and takes off as soon as it sees you're alive and starts flying around in the open spaces of the hall.
Hey, shit. Did we get him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, been through worse scripts than that. I'm just kind of like, rise to your feet.
Yeah, you see a couple more order members come over here, and you see the bean scientist is explaining what's happened to everyone else. You see Dr. Mortar and Dr. Cummings are like, what happened here? This is so strange. Who could have, as they're hearing, and Dr. Bellamy did this, and then it was so cool, and Cassandra's been right all along, and we were completely wrong. Give me a read person from any one of you.
11.
23.
76.
76. Whether or not they believe it, they've definitely read the room and are not going to be trying anything. Like, it is, Dr. Bellamy's guilt is so clear before here what has happened, and the fact that Cassandra has been consistent in what she's been saying, both of the two things together make it very unlikely that they're going to be able to bring anyone around to the side of Dr. Bellamy, and so they have quickly jumped ship to supporting your guys' position. Cassandra comes over and says, all right, so thanks for all your help. You look down, you realize you have a new hash mark, and the black hash marks have disappeared. You don't have any new ones, but they have disappeared. And you have a hash mark as well.
Can I get
you guys want the things?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I need it for the epilogue.
There's the
scissors.
The scissors.
So I have one fake hash mark.
Actually, you look down, and you realize you have no hash marks.
Do we have any sense what specific catalyst there was for the third sigil? Or the third mark?
You think back to being dumped in the... kind of going back to where you were starting. And you think that it's this balance between being willing to seek out knowledge, but then not lose sight of what's actually important. Because the Twilight Archives were knowledge that was created by people, created by humankind caring for each other and sharing knowledge, passing it back and forth. And so, on one hand, you must seek this knowledge to be here, but on the other hand, you must care about protecting people more than you care about the knowledge, to some extent. And both these ideas are somewhat in contradiction. There's a push and pull between both of them. And sometimes two things can be true, and it is the juxtaposition and the tension between it in which people can find meaning. And as you think your ability to turn back from what you wanted to defend this place, and then to successfully have defended this place as much as you can, to the extent that you were able, it has earned you that hash mark, and has earned you perhaps somewhat of forgiveness for destruction and perhaps arson. Yeah. You've passed the gauntlet of these tests. Some have a farther journey to tread than others, but you were on your way to fully unlocking the secrets of the Twilight Archives. Cassandra comes over. There's a bit of a hullabaloo over here. She says, all right, good to see you on your feet, that you're not permanently harmed. Nice and shiny. Nice. Good on you. So, what you guys want to do next?
I think I have a lecture to teach.
Let us cut to some amount of time later. Who goes back to their world? Who goes, and temporarily at least, returns?
I don't think I do. I think I want to check out the order and help.
Cassandra says, all right, that's quite noble of you. Just be aware you can't live here permanently. Don't recommend. You do have to go up and eat. If you live down here, it's kind of like living in a cave. You can do it. I don't recommend it. I am immediately, once I take care of this situation, gonna go sit on a beach in Tahiti for some amount of time till I feel like I'm a human again, and then I'll be back. So...
Well, I'm gonna seek some help.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. I think you get your head a little more squarely on, and then you come back down. Because we could use a fellow like you, all of you down here. But for now, So you have gone through I can light up the sigil, you should be able to return from whence you came. And if you can't, well, you kind of know your way back now. So you'll be fine.
Okay.
You just keep that good grin going, keep that smile. Just look cute. Archive's gonna take care of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We can come back here and we can take the tests again, right?
Yeah, I mean...
I kind of fucked it up the first time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I'd like to try again.
Trying is to be human, and I think that is always going to be welcome here. So, as long as you keep trying, that door's still going to be open. Just don't perhaps go burning any more scrolls. Accidentally, on purpose or not.
Lesson learned.
That's the one. So she lights up the sigil here, and you all step in. You are whisked away separately from each other, back to your respective, the door that started it all, kind of whisked back to that hallway, that moment, that transition point between the world you knew was real and the sense that something wasn't quite right. From there, you realize you've been gone for, a little bit longer than's normal, maybe like a couple of hours, so like you're late to things, but not necessarily like days. You've been gone missing. You've been in the archives much longer than you actually appear to on the outside world. You can check your watches. It seems like time passed normally for you all. It's just when you come back, your watch says several days have passed, but the outside world does not reflect that. Yeah, so let us cut to some amount of time later. What are you guys up to? How do we close out the final chapters of our story? What is the epilogue for each of you?
Yeah, I think upon coming back, realize I'm late for Philosophy 101 that I have to teach. And if it's not clear from everything else about Samuel Trefall, he's not a big fan of teaching these undergrads basic philosophy. Kind of resents even the fact that he stands up there and people who've never done the readings take his word as fact. That just kind of goes against everything. But it's a big lecture style class, so he's always dour. Like, they're maybe not even surprised that he shows up late. But today, he shows up with a different energy. Comes in. They've just finished up Allegory of the Cave, so they're all primed for like philosophical hypotheticals. And he goes, "Good afternoon, class. I'm so sorry I'm late. Got a new one for you today. Today we're going to talk about a hypothetical. Let's consider it the Twilight Archive. We've been talking about knowledge and the basis of knowledge. And let's just abstract from that question for a second. What would it look like if there was a place you could go and get all of the knowledge? Would that solve the problem?" I take a long pause. Students in the front row are nodding because that's kind of the attitude I've had all semester. And I say, at first blush, it may seem that way, but actually no. A number of questions immediately emerge. Who has access to that power? Who is to be trusted with that power? Who decides who else has access to the knowledge? And who do we trust with those powers? I write these questions on the board, and then I do something that I haven't done ever. I turn to students who have spent less time studying than me and say, "Any thoughts?" And we start a discussion.
The tail of that discussion continues. You hear, you could see if you're looking out your window, Dr. Hansen kind of walk past and peep in and see for the first time actually ever your students engage with the class, and there's a sharing about information and perhaps a synthesis of ideas that you may not have come to on your own. What are the rest of you guys doing in this moment?
I think Jeremy is taking therapy so that he isn't quite as stressed about always making sure everyone likes what he's doing, and accepting that sometimes there are differences between his opinions and other people's, and that's okay, and it's not going to ruin their friendship, and that lets him be more comfortable going out in the world, because that was one of the things that made it really hard for him to do that. And that is slowly making its way into his friendships and allowing him to make more good friends.
Lovely. What about Jude?
Almost as soon as Jude gets back, and they sort of like walk into the church, they walk out the door and immediately call Michael and ask if he has any positions open at the restaurant he works at. Jude says, like, "Hey, I'm kind of thinking I might need a break or a change in scenery."
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, I think I may have just realized some important stuff and figured out what's actually important.
You're doing okay? You're not... You sound
Yeah.
better, though.
I think I am better.
It's a journey.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Come around anytime.
Yeah, Jude starts working at the restaurant, and during the day is taking classes to become an EMT.
Oh. What about Maddie?
Maddie keeps her promise, and she takes a few days off, which she never does during fall break, so she can go pick up Harper and have her come and visit, and sort of like shows her around the university and the libraries, and they get ice cream, and she just tries her best to make like a fun, non-chaotic, life can be not crazy kind of day.
Harper is kind of a bratty teenager throughout all of it, and she would never say thank you. But if someone were to check the back of her closet and perhaps check the records of the local public library, after your trip, there's Harper Fletcher. Account starts taking out many books on myths, legends, a little bit of mechanical engineering. And she'd die before she told anyone, but there's a little more light in her life with those books. What?
And every once in a while, she goes back into the archive to look up Harper's library account.
Yeah,
Smile
and
to
what
herself.
of the archives? So having a transformative moment of story and adventure and knowledge, and taking this back into your real lives, the things that matter to you. What do you guys do with the archive? Do you use it as a respite, as a place for further knowledge? What place does it play in your lives, knowing that there's always a door open to seekers?
Jeremy goes back partially because of the oral traditions. That was a form of knowledge that he'd never even thought about, and so being able to hear about other people telling these stories was really interesting to him, and so he got really into it and started continuing to pass those down.
I think Jude spends a lot of time in the archive as well. Sometimes just kind of browsing through the collection, but spending a lot of time finding the stories of just real people and what they endured and how they got through it all. And spends a lot of times in biographies, autobiographies, memoirs, and just gains a greater appreciation for the resilience of humanity, even in the face of impossible odds.
Does Maddie do anything besides occasionally spy on her younger sisters for their good?
Of course, when she's up spying, she's also Google search Library of Alexandria. Just whatever cool shit she can think of. But most of the time when she goes in, it's usually just to chill in a beach chair with Donna and Lillian and Vicky.
Yeah.
Book over their eyes.
They almost never acknowledge the fact that they're librarians, but every once in a blue moon, one of them will tell you something about your sister. Just give you a little, hey, you should probably check this out. What about Dr. Tafal?
Dr. Tafal tries his best to discipline himself not to use the archives for everything. But rather, I think, tries to get involved in whatever governance structure emerges after... Not Boromir. What was that guy's name? Bellamere. Because whatever emerges out of that is integral to the knowledge, but the way that this knowledge should be kept or organized is one of the few things that can't be found within its shelves. So Samuel tries to come here, and I hope he starts to consider some of the memberships, Dr. Mort and Dr. Cromwell, friends of his, as they put their heads together as seekers of knowledge on equal grounds to try to figure out what the best way to do this is. And he brings in input from his students, and they continue. He's working on a new manuscript now that's significantly less crass, and centers around what can we learn from the philosophical hypothetical that is, what if there was a space with all knowledge? What would that mean for humanity and knowledge, and what can we learn about philosophy from it? And he will sometimes sneak in and check the real answer to something. But more and more, he finds himself surprised how close to truth some rational people having rational discourse can get. And if he'll admit it to himself, sometimes a group of 3 or 4 people putting their heads together can get closer to the truth than just him alone, lonely in a room.
Yeah, you walk in and you see Cassandra, her feet up on a desk, a much smaller pet gator, mechanical gator around her feet.
Size your gator would suggest you listened to a community reason.
It
doesn't come easily to either of us.
Look, if the community can listen to me, the least I can do is listen to it. All right. What new thing have you brought me? And with that, what do we call this last chapter? What is the final word?
I don't know if it's the final word. It feels like the next step.
The future.
The next step?
The next chapter?
Someone's got, this is not my story to write.
Phil 102.
There are no wrong answers. The only wrong answer is a blank page.
I like the next step. To be archived.
To be archived!
You want to write it because you're on the camera?
Yep, it's all good. It's all good.
CHIV.
Making sure.
Archived. Archived.
To be archived.
To be archived.
Dot dot dot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Give that to the personal assistant.
That our tale of knowledge and of choice has drawn to a close. In fact, it is not it's not seeking knowledge that is important, but seeking and the change that journey brings upon you. And that.
Oh, the credits!
Thanks for watching.
That's so fun.
This has been the Twilight Archives, a Twice Rolled Tale production. You can catch a bunch of other shows like this on our YouTube channel. You can follow us at Twice Rolled Tales anywhere fine social media is sold. And you want to play similar games like this, you can check out our website. We have modules available soon and depending on what time in the future, now, for games just like this, just as exciting. Thank you. Been Linnie Schell. There's been some wonderful players. Thanks for watching. And thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah.
It'll fade out.
Nolly!